Hi, I'm Brooke Heavin from the Fairgrove FFA chapter. Cody, what are you going to do after you graduate? I think I want to buy some cows and start my own ranch. Do you really think you can make a living right out of college by starting your own ranch? How about finding somewhere to work on a ranch? This is a conversation I've overheard many times in my family. My brother Cody just graduated college, and all my parents wanted to know was what he was going to do with his life. Many of you may have overheard a conversation or even been a part of one yourself just like this. Why is that? Do young people today not have the opportunity to enter cattle production as in years past? It would appear that is the case. According to the 2017 USDA Ag Census, the average cattle producer in 2017 was 57.5 years old. The number of people involved in production agriculture has also decreased to less than 2% of the current U.S. population, according to the USDA Economic Research Service. The face of cattle production will change in a future where the number of producers is declining and the average age is increasing. The average producer is just 4 years younger than the average age of retirement for most Americans. These producers are involved in a physically demanding occupation. At some point, these aging producers will leave the cattle production industry. Will there be young producers to replace them? Many factors will influence the decisions of these young people. Cattle production is physically demanding, requires a large time commitment, and has huge financial variability. Physically demanding. One reason many producers enjoy the cattle business is the opportunity to get outside in the environment and take care of the cattle. But let's face it, this can also take a toll on people. Long hours outside in the heat of summer or extreme cold, snow and ice in the winter can cause injuries as well as wear down a body. The large time demands in cattle production are also a detriment to young people entering the industry. There is no set time clock, no vacation, and family time is often sacrificed to take care of cattle needs. We all know cow number 1374 doesn't care that the producer's son is playing in the championship football game when she needs assistance in calving. There is nothing more frustrating than getting that dreaded call always in the middle of the night that someone has ran through the pasture fence and the cows are out on the road. The financial variability in cattle production is in itself enough to deter many young people. If a young person chooses an off-farm job, the paycheck comes on a regular schedule for a specified amount. In cattle production, depending upon weather, market conditions, the level of quality care, and even acts of God will all influence the paycheck, if there is one. A rainstorm the night before trucks were coming to load calves to take them to the yards may make it impossible to load. The producers may have to wait several days or longer to reschedule. Furthermore, the reliance of producers on market price is a huge stress. Markets can fluctuate wildly up or down in the span of a few days. These fluctuations are caused by market supply and demand, or a case of E. coli reported on the news, or even something as out of our control as the presidential election. Unfair markets can also have monumental impacts on the financial variability branch of factors in these young people's decisions. Hearing about the USDA's investigation into the unfair markets on the news and seeing it on social media is likely to hinder their decision. All of these things may deter some young people, but the biggest obstacle is the capital requirement for getting started. The cost of land for a new producer is large, but just finding land that is productive and available is no easy task. Many would advocate renting land as an option for young producers. The problem with rental ground is the obvious instability. A sudden loss of land could collapse an entire operation if no replacement can be found. Machinery and equipment are also expensive startup costs. Even a minimalist approach in this area is a large sum of money. Outlay for the cattle in both cow-calf and stocker productions is a financial investment. Also, don't forget operating funds for feed, supplies, and medical costs. This list seems overwhelming, but to those young people with the passion and work ethic to become cattle producers, what things can be done to make these futures a possibility? There are many stories of older producers with no heir interested in cattle production. Their life's work and commitment have been dedicated to a successful cattle operation, and it seems to have been futile without someone to continue their legacy. A method to connect these producers with young people wanting to enter cattle production seems to be a possible solution. Cattlemen's groups and other agricultural organizations could be a great opportunity to begin these conversations. Of course, there would be many challenges to overcome. These producers would have to consider their future income needs as well as the concerns of their heirs. A forum for working together with professionals on solutions to these issues is a step in the right direction. As I have stated, the physical demand, large time commitment, and financial variability are all things that may deter young people from cattle production. Although cattlemen's groups, other agricultural organizations, and other cooperatives are aspects that will help make it feasible, these are just a few ideas that could help make one cattleman's future easier. Now, my brother Cody has had the opportunity to start his own ranch, and by doing so, he has been able to make a living and support himself. All of this would not be possible if it weren't for the resources provided to us today as young individuals in this industry.